Welcome to Elementary, Mondays at 6. And today I'm delighted to be interviewing one of my guests. It's always interesting when I reach out to people to see if they want to be on the show. So my guest is going to ask me to join any moment. Now, a couple of weeks in a row, we've been having some lag problems. And so typically, we are doing our best to hope that wants to be on the show. Hey
Good,
there.
thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Good. And you?
Excellent.
Yeah, I can hear you well.
No? Yeah,
So
I just
thanks
I
for
just put
being
in I
on the
just put in my headphones,
show.
so
Can you hear me well? I can't hear you.
we can chat
Now I
better.
can.
For sure.
Perfect. Perfect. So we'll get started while people are joining us. What I was saying earlier is that in the last couple of weeks, for some reason, Instagram is really lagging. So when I listen to the recording again, it sounds like, we're talking over each other. So perhaps I'll ask a question, maybe count to
Gotcha.
three and then respond, or let's try that. I don't know. All right. So let's get started. Introduce yourself and your Instagram handle. Are you there? Ah, looks like you got frozen. Oops. So we'll get started. We'll do this all over again.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know, it kicked me out for some reason.
Oh, perfect. Are you back?
Yeah,
Awesome.
technology. Exactly.
Yeah, sometimes it happens, technology.
Yeah, for sure. So
So introduce
the
yourself and your
Instagram
Instagram
handle is
handle.
at Mapleful Rentals. Is a The company is basically a furniture rental company, right? Sort of we do pretty much the standard furniture rental services that you would expect from any of the furniture rental companies out there in the market. What's unique about us is we are we're sort of a company that not just it's caters to furniture rental needs for pretty much across anyone across the board, right? So we focus on staging as the primary need, of course, but we also cater to students, for example, right? So one of our biggest markets that we cater to is student rentals. So we do have a lot of tie-ups with universities, and their students reach out to us when they need such services. But in terms of staging for rentals for staging, with our company, what you can expect is you can also, we are the company that provides you an opportunity to actually rent on a weekly basis, right? So traditionally you do have the option to actually go out and rent on a monthly basis, and that's sort of the option that has been provided in the market. With us, you have the option to actually rent on a weekly basis or extend your contracts on a weekly basis, right? And that's the sort of USP of the service that we provide. That's a bit different from what you can expect in the market.
Perfect. And so what inspired you to
Excellent
start
question.
a furniture rental business?
I think the straightforward answer to that is, I do have a couple of close family who are into the sort of interior design staging world, right? And myself and my partner in the business, we both come from a sort of a consulting background, right? So talking to them over the years, it just seems that there was a sort of gap in the market that really needed to be filled, right? When it came to actually, when it came from a technology standpoint. So when you visit our website, you do experience the difference, right? Like we do have live inventory, for example, which gives you an indication of whether or not the product is available in stock or no, right? The biggest pain point that we heard from stagers and the close family that I mentioned earlier, always said that when we do reach out to some of the other furniture rental companies, they would always have this biggest pain point to say, we never know what we're gonna get, right? We do request for it, but we never know what kind of furniture we would get at the last minute. So I think there was a big gap in the market, and being part of the consulting world for over a decade, that was just a red flag in my head, right? And I wanted to kind of solve that problem. And hence, there was just it was a start of Mapleford Rentals, just to help solve a problem that we identified a need, and we thought, this is an area I think requires a bit of I would say, shake of the tree. I think it's kind of a market that's been sort of stagnant for a little while. Sorry. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry. No, I was saying
Yeah,
we just wanted to
absolutely.
kind of
Go ahead.
shake the market a little bit, right? Come up with some innovative solutions and innovative sort of ways of actually renting out. Is Carrie amazing? Of course, Carrie, you're amazing. Yes,
Carrie says
absolutely,
you're
you're amazing.
amazing. Is Carrie amazing?
Of course, of course.
She is, isn't she? Um, yes. So,
Sure.
when you mentioned, I know you deal with stagers. That's one element, and then you talked about students. Can just the general public, decide that they want to rent furniture and
Yeah. So they
and
absolutely can, right? So a lot of
get in
the
touch?
one of the other verticals that we service is you know personal or individual rentals. Very similar to what you would get with, let's say, Easy Home, for example, right? So we do have the option of people coming, and we actually do have a lot of customers who come to
Okay.
us on a regular basis. In fact, quite repeatedly, right? Like we're talking about production homes and photo studios, right? We're talking about Airbnbs, for example, right? A lot of the Airbnbs do show up
Hmm.
and want this service, and
Yes.
they primarily want it because obviously renting is a lot more, I would say, cost efficient. I know it's counterintuitive, but it is cost efficient to rent than to put in tens and thousands of dollars into furniture. But it also gives you the opportunity to switch your look from a time to time basis, right? So that's the kind of service we offer, right? We provide that rental upfront, but then the clients have the opportunity to
Hmm.
maybe switch out for newer trends, better furniture, 6 months, 8 months down the road within the same contract itself, right?
Yes. And Santique says you and your
Thank you.
team are awesome. So that's good to hear. Good to hear positive reinforcements. Now, you know that I know that Carrie um, has your guys deliver when
Thank
I'm
you.
staging my properties. So and they're awesome, very respectful. Um, yes. So so what I mean, you mentioned this a little bit before about what sets your business apart from others in the market. You started to talk about your unique value proposal or what you
Um,
offer your clients, but what sets your business apart from
Primarily,
others?
we fundamentally built this business on the expectation and the values of a relationship, right? That's it fundamentally, right? So for me and my partner and my team, it's not always about making
Hmm.
money, right? Sure, we're running a business, so bottom line matters, yeah. If anyone says otherwise, I think they're lying. But the money wasn't the fundamental
Hmm.
value that we want to build this company on, right? We wanted to build this company on the on the proposition that we want to take everyone else together with us, right? So success of you, success of my clients is my success at the end of the day, right? And that's what I believe sets us apart, right? That core belief, which is rooted in the way we do our work, right? So for example, if my clients tell me that, hey, we need, a same day delivery, right? Or I need a 24-hour delivery, I will make it happen, right? No matter what, right? My clients know me and know us rather, right? And they know that if we call Maple for Rentals, if we call Jazar, we will get what we want at the end of the day. So I think that trust, that belief that our clients have in us is what sets us apart, right? Of course, you do have the other aspects to it, like you have our technology, right? So we built our system, whether a website or our inventory management system, we built that in-house. We built it from scratch, right? So my partner in business, he is a software developer, right? He's actually he's done this for over 15 years, right? That's his bread and butter, right? So he's actually the brains behind actually building up the system. So the reason I say that is because you can experience that difference when you work with us versus work with any other rental company out there in the market, because our system is very easy to use. It basically has a very natural flow, right? But what else I'd like to add is, let's say if you have a suggestion for us, right? If you say, I want to filter here, or I don't like this particular look, or I want to change this, right? It's very easy for us because we do have that capacity and capability in-house to actually make that switch relatively easily, right? Obviously that's one aspect to it. The other, I would say the other aspect is the flexibility, which I obviously mentioned, the approachability, right? So you mentioned that, right? A few minutes ago, my delivery team, right? They'll come in, they'll do the work, they'll make sure that they take care of the homes as if it's their own, right? And the kind of overall experience that you get with Maple for Rentals from the time you actually work with us or start to work with us till the time your project ends, I like to think that it's actually phenomenal, right? Like that's the clients at the end of the day want to be at that piece that when we phone Maple for Rentals, when we place an order with them, we know we're gonna get it at the time we want it, at the place we want it, and we get the furniture in the quality that we expect, right?
Yeah, that's important, right? That's really important. And you mentioned something which talks about, trust and quality, and those are all the things we aim for.
Yeah.
Can you walk
Yeah,
me
for sure. I
through your
mean,
rental process
I
from
like
start to
to call it
finish,
like an Amazon
a
experience,
bit?
right? It's very simple. When you go on Amazon or you go on our website, you choose what you want, you put it into your cart, you proceed to checkout, and once you proceed to checkout, within 24 hours or less, you're gonna get a call from our team. They'll confirm delivery with you, and our guarantee is that you will 99% of the times you will get the delivery date that you requested for, right? Whether it is within 24 hours, whether it's same day, we'll turn head over heels to make that happen, right? And that's our guarantee, and that's our USP as well, right? So it's pretty much it's a very straightforward process. Nothing nothing fancy, I would say, but I think the elegance is in the simplicity, right? When you look at our website, you get all the information that you need right off the bat. You know the product, you know how the product looks in a stage setting, which is, I guess, very important. You get to see the pricing right up front, so there's no hidden charges. When you put the items into the cart, you put in the address that you want the delivery to. The system calculates exactly what the cost is for delivery. So at the end of the day, when you place the order, you know exactly how much you're going to pay for. By the way, it also calculates the discounts that apply, whether we're running on promotions or whether you have a standard discount that applies to you as a customer. everything is taken or handled by the system. At the end of the day, when you actually click on submit and you check out, you know exactly how much you're paying, you know the furniture you're going to get. And like I said, within 24 hours, you're going to get a call from us to confirm delivery, right? So that's pretty much our process.
Perfect. And so how do you decide on the
So
furniture pieces that you
we do
offer
keep
for
a
rental?
very close, monitoring of the trends in the market, right? Whether they, whether that means we constantly are in the lookout
Mm-hmm.
for newer products that come out to some of the, I would say, trending stores out there. We were looking at constant. We also follow the U.S. market and the U.K. market because we have found that they're a little bit ahead of us. I would say a couple of months. So we look at what are some of the new trends that are coming out in the U.S. market, for example, right? And we try to bring them in our selection of our furniture, right? We do look at some of the stagers, right? Like we do follow
Mm-hmm.
our stagers, we do follow our our customers. I think the primary source of inspiration for us is our customers, essentially, right? So I'm constantly talking to all my customers,
Mm-hmm.
or I would say almost 90% of my customers, right? Asking them what they want to see, what they want to, is there anything new that they expect to see in the market. We have built such a relationship now over the last 2 years that we've been in business, that we get requests from them, right? So I do get requests from my customers, say, get more of such pieces, or get, like focus on this color, or focus on this particular aspect of your furnitures, and maybe we need to get more end tables, what have you, right? So it's a combination of a lot of things. And I am truly grateful to all the support that we receive from our clients, who constantly give us that information and feed us what's out there, what's in trend, so that we can kind of stock up.
Yeah. So I mean, this is I mean, I would say such a business that keeps moving. And like, how do you take measures like to make sure that the furniture is in good
Yeah,
condition for each
you're
rental, right?
absolutely right.
Because
Right.
yeah.
It is it's a business that actually causes a lot of wear and tear, and that's understandable because there's a lot of transport involved in the furniture, right? So naturally, a lot of breakages does occur,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we do have a lot of furniture that sort of I would say comes back not in the condition that it went. It's just natural. I understand. But we do have, like, for example, we have an in-house person, right, who actually just manages the condition of the products, right? So and we have like a built-in process. So for example, when we do a D stage and when the items come back, we don't stock it back up, and it's not live on site till we actually go through a rigorous process of making sure that the furniture is, number one, cleaned. During COVID, for example, we had extreme cleaning measures in place just to make sure that we were taking care of all the, just maybe
Oh
additional
yeah.
cleaning was going,
Mm-hmm.
cycles were going into into making sure that the products were free of any germs or what have you. But
Mm-hmm.
as we're coming out of the pandemic, as we're coming out of the as of COVID, we're not letting go of those measures, right? We're still making sure that we're putting the products through proper cleaning processes. If there are any damages like scratches or chips, for example, that we're actually fixing them. Now there are obviously bigger problems, like maybe a leg comes broken from a couch, right? Obviously, then we put that on the site. We don't put it back on our website. Fix that, make sure everything is okay. We jump on the couch a little bit just to make sure that it's safe, and then we put it back on the site. So there's a process that's involved just to make sure that our customers receive the kind of furniture in the quality that they expect. Really, at the end of the day, like I said, my priority and our priority is that our customers' projects are a success, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah, if any of you listening have any questions, feel free to drop it in the question icon below, in the comments icon below, either one. We'll try and keep a tab on those. Um, And either way, you can reach out directly to Maple Full Rentals if you have any questions yourself and you don't want to add it in here. You can definitely reach out directly to them on Instagram, and they'll be happy to help you as well. So getting into pricing, like how do you determine pricing for your furniture and
it really depends on the
like
cost of
for
the
your
furniture,
rental
right?
services?
As you probably are aware and appreciate, the prices of furniture have actually gone 3 times since the start of the pandemic, right? So it's essentially just based on cost, right? Our markups are not huge because we do operate right out of a warehouse, so we don't have a showroom. So that sort of brings our overhead down, and we pass that savings over to our customers, right? So our showroom essentially is a virtual showroom, which is our website. Our customers can go up in there, they can look at the products. We are constantly evolving the website because, for example, one of the key things that we added just recently is if you go into any of our products on the website and you click on it, at the bottom of that, it actually gives you a gallery of all the stages, or majority of the stages where the product has been used, right? So you can actually get a first-hand feel of what the product looks like. That being said, so because we don't have such overheads, we are able to pass on a lot of savings to our customers, right? What we also offer is a weekly pricing, right? Which is essentially a monthly fee divided by 4 with a little bit of a markup, right? The premium that our customers pay for that is obviously for the flexibility that they get in terms of, able to rent the furniture for the time that they need. So you don't need, if you're going to need it for 2 weeks, you're going to pay for 2 weeks, right? You don't necessarily have to pay for the month. But we do understand that that's sort of the norm of the market, where traditionally rental furniture was provided for a month, and we also offer that service as well for the customers that are more used to that kind of functioning. But even if you do rent for a month at the start and you want to, let's say, extend it for another week rather than extending it for another month, you're able to do that. So coming back to the flexibility aspect of it, right? Working with us, you have that flexibility, not just on pricing, but pretty much on anything else, that you may require, really.
Perfect. And so how can people learn more about your furniture rental business? Like where can they reach you?
For sure. So
What's your
you can
website?
obviously,
Like
go
what's
to
all
my
that
handle, which is
information?
at maplefullrentals.com. The website is the same. It's maplefullrentals.com. My number is on the Instagram page as well as on the website. So feel free to reach out to me over over Instagram, over website, over over a phone call. I'm available via text or phone. I love talking to people. That's what I've done all my life in my previous life, in my previous consulting career, in what we do. Happy to talk more about what we do, how we can help you. At the end of the day, that's what we're here for.
Perfect. And so, is there something else you'd like to add before we wrap up?
Yes, for sure.
I want to make sure I
there's
haven't left
one
anything
one
out.
one key
Is there
aspect
something
to
you
our
want to
business,
add?
which I believe is a game changer, to be very honest, right? In the market, and I think a lot of your maybe customers or maybe realtors in your network might benefit from, is we offer a space rental service as well, right? So what that means is you could actually rent, or you can actually store your furniture or your inventory with us, right? And we'll manage it for you. So all you just have to worry about is, I'm going to get my furniture over to Maple for Rentals, or my inventory. We'll process it for you. We'll manage it for you. And we'll track that for you, right? So whenever it goes to a particular project, it's an entire cycle. So you basically get access to our inventory management system, which is in-house, like I mentioned earlier. And that gives you essentially the peace of mind that your furniture is not going anywhere, right? And if you choose to, that's entirely an optional service. You can actually rent your inventory out to other stagers in the market, right? Through our website, through the community that we have built over the years. So you can actually rent it out And when you do rent out, we actually pay you back a portion of the rental revenue that we receive from those rentals, right? So it's a mechanism for stagers and realtors and the likes to actually make a little bit of money on inventory that's maybe sitting in their store, self storage, in their basement, their garage, what have you. This way, it actually we do take care of it. It gives you a platform to actually rent it out to other stagers who may potentially use it. And if they do, then we pay you back a fee for the revenue that we generate out of that.
Yeah, that actually you should have mentioned first, because that seems to be like that was like the icing on the cake. I'm sure all of our stagers that are on
Thank
are
you.
listening to that.
Thank you, Carrie.
But
Of
Carrie,
course,
thank
Jack.
you for your kind words. She highly recommends you and me, of course. Thank you, Carrie.
Elegant interior.
Um,
Yeah.
and elegant
Thank you.
interior.
And
Yeah, they said they love working with you. So, for all of you watching, please get in touch with Mapleful Rentals. I'm sure you will love their
sure.
website. I went on myself, but haven't been on for a little while. I just wanted to see what you had. Definitely a good website. It shows you, I mean, your pricing is there. It shows you what you have. It's pretty cool, but most importantly, if you have a topic you want me to dig deeper in and then pack it a little bit, get in touch. I'm happy to interview a few more people that would be of assistance to your needs. And my name is Jacqueline Watson. I'm a realtor with Sutton Group Tower in Toronto. And thank you so much, Jazar, for spending your evening with me. And for all of you watching, Santique says it's a one-stop shop. Awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate
and
it.
for all of you watching,
Thank you for
I
having
want
me.
to thank you for
Thanks.
spending your evening with us. Thank
See
you
ya.
so much. It was awesome.